So what does Trumpy boy gotta hide? With his taxes and the Mueller report. He's been telling us that he's fine, that he's good, that he's been exonerated. So why is he trying to hide it? What's he got to hide? Everybody's saying it. You're thinking it. Of course you know, from knowing Trump already, he is a criminal. He is guilty. Even in what we've seen and heard about and has been openly, presented of the Mueller report, over 400 attorneys and attorney generals have stated that Trump is guilty. He's already got it. He's guilty. He would be put in jail. He's guilty of obstruction of justice. And that's just the start. So let's lock him up. Lock Trump up. Lock Trump up. But then there's more, of course. The whole Russian thing. We got over 18 Russians that have been indicted for trying to manipulate and be involved and, infiltrate the 2016 election, who had dealings with the Trump campaign. And we already got convictions of all these people right around Trumpy boy who were running and involved with the Trump campaign. We got a Russian woman spy convicted who funneled $30 million from a Russian mafia guy into the NRA, National Rifle Association, money launder it. And the NRA then turned around and funneled it into Trump and the Republican Party. Criminal again. Lock him up. Lock him up. Now, just a day or so ago, New York Times got a hold of 10 years or so of Trump's taxes from the 80s or 90s in there and found that Trump Enterprises had been bleeding money, losing cash of over $1 billion. $1 billion. And that he was, trying to stem the great money loss here from getting loans from Deutsche Bank, a German bank. And the German bank finally said, hey, enough, we can't keep doing, you're a loser. And Donnie Boyan figured out to go to another branch or section of Deutsche Bank and get more. He's desperate. Yeah, I know, you're thinking, they told us he was such a great businessman. It's such a great businessman, right? And here he is. Loser. Bleeding cash. Unable to manage anything. Except propaganda about Trump. Lock him up. Lock him up. If he's been telling us, and he's been saying, I'm exonerated from the Mueller report, he said. Well, who exonerated him? His hand-picked Attorney General candidate guy, William Barr. Well, do you think William Barr is he's been obviously, a puppet for Trump. That's why he picked him. He isn't going to say, oh yeah, Trump's guilty, like he should. He's just going to be another guy trying to defend and keep Trump from going to jail. So if Trump is so sure that the Mueller report, like he's telling us, he's okay, well then release the Mueller report. All of it. But ain't going to happen. He's trying to block it, isn't he? Lock him up. Lock Trump up. Lock Trump up. Wouldn't that be great to see finally one of these rich guys who screwed you over, who's been lying to you, who's been fraudulent, intentionally, criminally wrecking things all around, like Trump? Wouldn't it be great to see finally him go to jail? and people like him actually go to jail. Wouldn't that be great? It'd be a statement, finally, that our system does have some validity in the justice system, and that rich people just don't get away with whatever they want. Right? Lock him up. Lock him up. Everything is pointing for his whole history, his relentless lying about everything. Well, and we got the Mueller report. We want to get his taxes and background. You should get his taxes. He works for you. Just because he's a president. Same with anybody in the Senate, anybody in the House, and your governor, your state legislators. They are working for you. You're paying their salary. So it's quite fair, and it makes sense that you want to know who they are, which includes their finances. Are they involved with the Russian mob? Do they got some sort of links to massive corporate entities that they're actually paying off or doing the bidding of? You gotta know. You gotta know. So it makes sense. And Trumpy Boy is trying to tell us, he's great. He's a great businessman. Oh, he's trying to say, oh gosh, he's just, oh boy, top of, oh yeah. And that there's no problem with his, well, if there's no problem, why not release him, Donnie? Why not? Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Let's end this horrific stain on American history that is the Republican Party. It isn't just Trump. It's the Republican Party. It's all Republicans have shown that they are in the same agenda as Trump and Pence. Because let's not forget Pence. You got Trump as the corporate criminal. That's the real money behind the Republican Party. Poison and pollution crowd, denial of climate change just so they can keep poisoning and polluting you and the whole planet. And you got that added with these right-wing Christian wackos of Pence trying to make their religion, legislation, repression, denial of homosexual rights, denial of women's rights. That's the Republican Party. Lock them up. Lock them up. Lock them up. Let's get it correct here. Lock them up. Lock them up. Lock them up. What's he hiding? What are you so scared of, Donnie? What are you so scared of? What's he got to hide? Well, you know what he's got to hide. He is a criminal. He is guilty. Lock him up. Lock him up. Let's lock him up.